Talk&Truth podcast by yours, ItsSimon.
Hello guys, welcome to Talk&Truth podcast. This is episode 3. I'm so excited that you're getting here and let's have it. What's up with life, how to catch up with life. And on this episode I was thinking we should talk about self-awareness and building healthy relationships and what makes us stand out and get the best out of ourselves. We said 2024 is the year of building ourselves and focusing on our self-growth, and with this year being on taking work or putting work to ourselves, we have to talk to each other and acknowledge our mistakes and everything that is dragging us back. And from today, we're going to talk about acknowledging ourselves and knowing the things that are dragging us back and things that don't allow us to form genuine connections. And for that, we are going to focus on a very, very, very big, broad topic. I am going to discuss about unlocking the authentic self and what do you do so that you can unlock the authentic self of you. And in order to have a meaningful connection with someone, you have to have an intact self with yourself. And unlocking the authentic self means simply to knowing the best part of you or knowing yourselves way better, so that you can be able to open a room for others to get to know you. And in the steps that you get to knowing everything about yourself and to getting the best out of yourself, one is by acknowledging your self-sabotaging behaviors. And when you recognize and acknowledge them, you can get to work on them one by one. And you can do that by learning more about yourself, by exploring more of yourself, identifying your weaknesses and strengths, and acknowledging your flaws. Because building a wall between you and your weaknesses leaves those you love exposed. And that's what exactly that hurts the ones that you love and care about. Instead, I think we should learn to accept our flaws and be open to work on them for the betterment of ourselves and the one we love and the one we care about. And let me ask, how do you know about yourselves, and how do you get to that part where you know yourself? By creating time for yourself. That is one of the things that makes you get to know a little more about yourself. Some time with yourself to think about your future, to think about your life, and that's going to get you to know yourself and acknowledging the ways that you're getting into, and you're going to refocus if you're going on the wrong ways. And the next thing that can help you how to learn about yourself is treating yourself. Like when you treat yourself, it makes you have that feel that self-worth. And you take yourself out in dates, acknowledging, exploring things all by yourself. You don't have to have someone for you to go for a fancy place or do something good to yourself. And that makes you to get to learn more about yourself, and it builds your confidence, it raises your self-esteem. And that's one of another thing that can help you to learn about yourself. And something else that can help you to learn about yourself is challenging yourself with new things and positive things. And that is, so when you explore new things and you get to see different things, you get to know what you're good at and what you're not good at and what you're going to work on. So that's another thing that can help you really much to get to know about yourself. The next thing that can help you to get to know about yourself is praying. Involve God in everything. It makes it way easier to get to go through it. So praying and creating a relationship, a healthy relationship with God, guides you to the spiritual soul, which is the stronghold of a healthy relationship with yourself. So you get to involve God in your life, and you get to let Him to guide you so that you can know the best thing that is good for you, because He knows what is good for you. He created you. And for those who may not be spiritual, I don't know how you survive with your life, because I guess that's the toughest thing you can do under the sun, or you don't acknowledge your creator. Because one thing that is a very clear and approved that there is God is that for something to exist, they have to be a creator. So if you're not spiritual, just think about who created you, because they have to be someone who created all this, and obviously that's God. So build a strong connection and a strong relationship with God, and He's going to help you to get to know more about yourself. And something else that can help you to learn more about yourself is involving yourself around meaningful people and activities. When you involve around yourself, like I said in episode 2, when you involve around yourself with positive energy, with good people like who have positive mindset, it's going to open up the positive side of you, and it's going to drive you into a positive way. So, and also activities. When you involve yourself with positive and meaningful activities, it drives you to the positive way of life, and it helps you to find a motive that's going to build you. And because a company builds motive, and a negative motive builds a barrier between you and your healthy self. So make sure you create a very group around yourself, the positive energy. Also involve yourself with a lot of activities, like you can attend workshops, and you do self-growth activities that will help you to get to know you. I say obviously there are activities like where you go to painting and drinks. Get to involve yourself with. It doesn't have to be alcohol or anything, like those activities where you get to interact with people and you talk yourself out, be vulnerable. That's what helps you to get to know a little bit more about yourself, and you know the things that you're good at and the things that you're not good at, and they help you to take the load out of you. And again, opening up and talking about yourself. When you open up, you get to open your heart and your mind, and you get to share what is in you. And when you talk about what is in you, it takes a lot off of you, and it makes you to understand yourself a little bit way better. Actually, you have to talk about both the positive side and the negative side of you. Talking or opening up is about your negative self, means that you're ready to acknowledge what you don't like about yourself, and that brings in the sense of healing and change, or to be a better person. So when you open up and talk about even your negative side, it means you don't talk to negative people or not the right people about your negative side. You talk about those people that are going to help you to get to the better side of you. And when you open up to those kind of people, they're going to help you. You can open up to those people who trust, or even a professional like a counselor or a therapist, or maybe a spiritual guide. So they're going to help you to get to know how to deal with the negative side of you. And when you talk about the positive side of you, it builds your self-esteem, and you get to know that you're heading in the right direction. So that's one thing it can help you to learn about yourself. Okay, so as many of us many of us fail in building healthy relationships because of being far from our own selves. So when you're far from your own self, when you don't interact with yourself as much, that drives you backward. You cannot form a relationship with someone and it becomes meaningful if you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself. So first, you have to remember, for you to pass through the dirt, you have to admit to have that yourself. So if you want to create a healthy and meaningful connection, you have to tap in to the authentic self so that you can pass it to your partner. A healthy and meaningful relationship starts with you, and that's how you are able to form a connection. And becoming more emotional aware to build a more healthy relationship, it opens up your mind and it opens up the vulnerable side of you, and you get to know a little bit more of what am I good at, how do I talk to people, how do I interact with people, because being defensive creates a barrier between you and the change. When you all defensive and you don't want to be open to change, that makes you opaque to other people, because if you are not able to adapt to other people's like a company or how they deal with things, you're not going to be able to interact with them. And when you are pursuing a relationship, especially with a new partner, be sure there's some things about yourself that they are not going to make sense to them or to the significant other. And it's through talking out and being ready to adjust to each other that makes it easy for you to be comfortable and the other partner to be comfortable around you as well. And when you're not willing to change or to being open to get to know people, that drives you behind, and that makes you feel like you're not wanted. And it's not like you're not wanted, it's because you're stuck with how you are, and you're not open for change, and that's what is driving you behind, that people are not be able to interact with you. So the willingness to feel emotions is also holding you back from deep connections, and not only from love, but also from the self-improvement connections like friends and family. So for you to form meaningful connections, you have to be open and accept to be vulnerable at times, so that you can be able to form connections with even the people that are going to take you to the next level. Because under this sun, you cannot be able to survive alone. You have to form connections, you have to interact with people, and that's what takes you to the next level. That's what makes you to improve and you grow. So be honest, be open, and be vulnerable to people that mean something to you. And you can't trust yourself, it's hard to trust anybody. So you have to trust yourself first. You have to be open and you have to know yourself way better, so that you can be able to trust other people with even your information and your life. So you cannot keep escaping your fears. So deal with your fears, acknowledge your fears, so that you can be able to fight with them and know how to deal with them. So do not allow yourself to break down. Put the work on yourself and make your inner self proud, so that you can be able to get to interact with people and form connections that they are going to take you to the next step. So I'm really glad that I'm getting to talk myself out on here on this podcast, allowing myself to get to interact with also myself and my interests. And that's what is making me excited, and it's taking a load off my chest, because I'm able to express myself. I'm able to be vulnerable around those people I trust. I'm able to acknowledge how I feel, because your emotions and your feelings are very important. And if you don't talk about your emotions, they are going to haunt you back. So this is one of my ways of talking myself out and being heard, and know that there's people out there who care about me, or who listen to me, who support me. Even if it's one or two people, I know at least I have a reason, I have a purpose on this earth. And that's what makes you to grow, and you feel confident about yourself. So as for me, I'm discovering my ways of making myself proud, and of making myself feel confident, and making myself awareness strong again. So find your way of making yourself feel proud, and find a way that you're going to make yourself feel you are alive again. And that's what is going to make your life way simpler, and that's what's going to add happiness in your life. So I'm very excited to be talking out and sharing all this with you. Thank you again for always supporting me. I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao.